All right, so you know something I was thinking about? I was thinking about pain, right? Pain. You know, so many people try to avoid pain. They're like, man, I can't deal with the pain, right? Um, but you know, we all struggle with that, right? I'm here to tell you guys, don't avoid the pain. The pain is what lets you know that you're alive, right? Pain is what lets us know that we're still living, right? The only time that you won't feel pain is when when you're dead, right? When you're not here. Um, Case in example, 2011, right? It was the Pan American Games, right? It's the Brazilian Jiu Jitsu World Championship game, right? Tournament. So I made it to the semifinals of my match. I was up by 4 points with like a minute and a half left, right? Uh, totally controlling, dominating my opponent, right? And then I suffered a right rib cartilage tear, right? And it was the most pain I'd ever experienced in my life, right? Um, But I finished off the match. You know, I basically spit out my mouthpiece. I was in so much pain, but I finished off the match. My opponent came back and beat me by an advantage, tied it up 4-4, and won by like basically, an advantage, what they call an advantage. They had to drag me off the mat, right? But I remember thinking, man, being in so much pain, both physically and mentally, right, emotionally, right, because I trained my ass off for that match, for that tournament. But what that did was that pain, it stayed in my head. So I went to work. I went to work rehabbing, getting healthy again. Then I went back to work training, right? Conditioning myself, um, just getting right. Then I went to work doing more and more tournaments. I did a lot of tournaments that year in preparation to come back, right? Next year, the following year, I ended up winning, right? Winning the Pan Ams and stuff and becoming a world champion grappler, and earning my black belt a week later. It was one of the, man, it was one of the most surreal moments of my life, right? But that pain, right? That pain is what pushed me through it all, right? Without that pain, it wouldn't motivate me. It wouldn't have motivated me to keep going. It wouldn't have motivated me to train harder. It wouldn't have motivated me to get my mind right, my body right, my technique right, any of that stuff. So, you know, for those people who are like, they're always trying to avoid pain and stuff like that, don't avoid it. Pain is inevitable, right? Pain is inevitable, right? But pain can be something that you can use to your advantage, um, in a positive way. So just something to think about.